welcome back. For those of you that are new, I am Dezi. Welcome to the channel. So excited to have you here. And for my folks, for my crew, for my beauties, thanks for coming back. So today we about to get right into it. The red lip, the leopard got me feeling like we need to talk about this single life. Yes, it is tough, but it is so real, and there is the way to finesse. So kind of just want to delve into, I'm giving y'all a little bit too much of my info right now, but y'all not gonna judge, y'all gonna discern, right? I trust y'all. So delving into the whole single thing, I recently had this epiphany that y'all, like, I am like 30 something, none y'all, 30 something, and I literally do not have a ring on my left finger. I literally have never been married, and I literally have 2 whole children and 2 different baby daddies. What is my future looking like? So in the middle of this epiphany, I feel like I also had this very like open self-aware moment that was like, you're not ready yet. So it's like, what does that mean? Yeah, I want to date. Yeah, I need some male attention because we all need it. Like, your ego is real. You shouldn't feed it too much because it can get ugly. But we want to feel cute. You want to text like, hey, boo, what you doing? You want to send a little, you know what I'm saying? We do that. Don't act like you don't. So I had to come to this place where I realized, like, there is some perfecting that's happening on the inside of me. And when I think in this stage of my life about dating or relationship, it has a more definitive purpose. Whereas when I was in my early 20s or, you know, just kind of getting out there, I didn't have responsibilities like children and things like that. It was like date casually, have a good time. It's a free meal. It's a good trip. But then coming into this season of my life, I started realizing like I just can't date casually like that anymore. And I don't have the time to give or the energy. So because of the definitiveness of this dating era that I'm walking into, I have to be very strategic on not only who I'm dating and who I'm giving my time to, but what about me that I'm giving up. So I just want to share what God shared with me, is that we oftentimes look for a man who can court us and make us feel good about ourselves, and who is fine and tall and for me dark and all of those amazing things. But when do we take the moment to say, Father, what am I coming with? Not because you cute, not because you got your own job, not because you know how to do what you know how to do, but what am I coming with substance wise? How have I been matured and perfected to bring something to the table that'll bring the best out of somebody else? I lack no enthusiasm when it comes to like the drawing of the men. Like, my milkshake bring all of them, right? I mean, not saying it in the wrong way, but I'm just saying, like, I know how to date, done it well. In fact, I always tell like male friends of mine, like, don't be my friend because you're trying to see how you can get in, because it's a very dangerous zone for you, because I will put you in the friend zone for a very necessary reason, for your health and not my own, because you will fall in love. And what I mean by that is I actually have seen like good men in relationships and dated them and experienced like good times, and then realize that I get to the point where it's like they're all in, I'm having a good time, I'm enjoying the dating, but I know he's not it. Like, I don't see my future. And so because I've dated so much just to do something, like, don't want to be alone, like, want the attention. Like, I think for me, honestly, the biggest thing with dating for me was never really for my husband, because I just in the last year and a half of my life realized that I'm supposed to be married. I said I never wanted to be married. I, didn't feel like it was necessary for the type of life I thought I was going to live. 2, I felt like it was way too much work for me to give to another human who's going to disappoint me. And 3, realized it was all out of fear. So a lot of my dating was just because I wanted to feel time, I wanted to feel space, and I wanted to feel insecurity. So if I'm dating someone, he's taking me out, we're spending this time, it was just kind of making me feel more validated. Then it came a season where it was like, that ain't even enough. Like, okay, you cute, now I need a little bit more. I want a variety. So dating for me just became like this downward spiral of just me really exercising the ability to receive male attention. I don't know if that even makes sense to some people, but I had to acknowledge that I was misusing it, if that makes sense. That might make better sense. So then I come to this life now where I'm being much more accountable, not just to the people around me, but to myself. And I had to realize that, and I'm realizing it now, that I got to this single place not because I'm not supposed to be married, or not because I've cursed myself, or not because I mistreated the male species, or not because I had sex before I was married, or none of that. I've come to this single place because there is a relationship that supersedes every relationship. And if you can get the principle of how to commune and koinonia, the Bible talks about spending time with God. We often say prayer is our way to connect with God, but it's so much more, just like in relationship. I never like a man that just texts me. That's a sure sign we won't go that far. I want to hear from you. I want to talk to you. I want to see you face to face. So as I perfect this with my relationship with the Father, it has already given me better insight on the dating scenario. I've gotten to the place now where I don't even so much desire to date, and I'm not so afraid of the singleness. I'm more so dealing with the reflection of myself, like what's come out, like what am I weak in? Like I'm weak with consistency. Like I go hard. Like one week I'll be up praying on it. That next week I want to fast. I'm all into it, and then all of a sudden I hit 30 days and I'm like, whew, I gave it my all. Okay, what's next? So these type of things have started to come out, and God has shown it to me. And because I've allowed myself to relinquish into this relationship of, sacrifice and obedience with Him, it's brought so much out of me that I haven't even had time to consider what it would be like, honestly, to indulge in a real dating scenario. I feel like this season of my life has been separated for this particular moment to truly make me into the good wife, like the wife that my husband is waiting to find, if that makes sense. And I share that out of saying this, that I know there's different levels of dating, and some people are, young and dating, and some people are with children and dating, and some people are dating because they want a husband right now, or some people just feel like they ain't gonna never date because they're not what people are looking for. But I want to just tell you this, that there is a relationship that supersedes every relationship. And so if you shift your mind off of your flesh and off of what you want and what society and culture tells us is important, like it looks cute when people are hugged up on Instagram, and it looks cute when you're at Starbucks and it looks like you guys know each other's order, but at the end of the day, like, can you deal with him when you gotta wash his clothes? Can you deal with him when he ain't bringing home the money that you really need him to bring home? Can you deal with him when he's letting you down? Can you deal with him when it seems like he wants to spend more time with his friends instead of you? I mean, like, it's so much more into relationship than just the mere dating. So I think we need to get past the whole idea of it, if that makes sense, and just more so delve into relationship. What does relationship look like? We don't date just to date. Like, dating is like your practice quiz before you take the big test. That's why you never really supposed to date long. Like, you get the information, you hit the multiple choice, and now you can write the essay because you should be getting it. Like, you should be practicing, and then you get into marriage, and the dating is just a part of it as well. I'm not married yet, so I can't say for sure, but from the people that I hear from behind the chair, some of my friends who are married, they're like, the one thing I wish we did better was we dated now. Like, we dated before we were married, but we don't know how to date now. But I think a lot of that is because you get caught up in the actual image of, oh, it looks cute because I got somebody that's on my team, or I'm justified because I have a man. And you really aren't into the actual relationship, because in the relationship, it should be a perfecting of who you are. It should be what you bring to the table. It should be conditioning you to be more unconditional, if that makes sense. The other thing I want to leave you guys with, me walking out this whole single life, is that I had to come to a place where I realized I had a lot of forgiveness to do. That I had built up resentment toward the men I had dated. Because even though I dated casually and I dated for my own selfish reasons, I still wanted certain things out of it. And God had to show me that because I am your God and you should have a surrender and submission to me first, I teach you how to be a good wife. So maybe we need to shift our perception from I'm not dating because it's no good men, or men want too much, or they want to take too much before they want to give you a ring, or they got too many chicks, or chicks doing too much for attention, to maybe God is just perfecting me in this time of singleness. And I'm not necessarily alone. I'm just being taught and crafted into being a good wife. So the next time I date, it doesn't have to just be casual, but it can be a part of my destiny. I can date for covenant and not being casual. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know. Comment. Tell me what's going on. All right. Hope to hear from you soon.